Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. And today, in the 200th episode, I will take you on a journey. Right, this is a journey that most of you already expected, and probably will be one of the nicest episodes we ever did. Now, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a long journey around our country. We're gonna take a road journey and show you the country, the Alaskan Soviet Socialist, or Soviet Republic of Alaska, or Soviet Socialist. What is the actual... Okay, I'm not gonna go into details remembering what exactly it means. Soviet Socialist Union of the Soviet Socialist Republics, but the S is Soyuz. Right, yeah, anyway. So, Union of the, well, Republic of Alaska. Soviet Republic of Alaska. What we're gonna do now is take you a journey from probably one of the most important aspects of the game, and that would be Slivovica production. We're gonna take the Yugoslavian truck because there's none like this one. So what I'm gonna do is plan a route. First of all, it's gonna go all the way here. We're not gonna go through the orchards, but we will go through here. We're gonna load up on alcohol. We will go and pick up our friend in Markusovo, who's gonna join us on a journey. So we're going to Markusovo next. We're gonna go and meet him at a local pub. Local pub is right over. Let's go. Let's meet him at the shop because pub usually can be really busy. So we're gonna go and pick him up at the pub, and then we're gonna go and take a shipment of Secret Slivovica for our neighbors and comrades in the NATO part of Alaska. We're gonna go all the way here. Now we're gonna see all the development we done, all the development that needs to be done, and after that we will both go and spend some time in Koptigrad at a new theater that is being built there. That is probably already finished there. So we're gonna go all the way here. Let me see if we can get it. And this is where our journey is gonna end. We're gonna meet at the shopping center just across from there. We're gonna bring back some of the... What we're gonna bring back? We're gonna... some gramophones and some records for gramophones. We're gonna load... Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. We can go for some good all-American food. Chemicals, no drugs here. And we're gonna unload everything. We're gonna leave it as it is. We're gonna unload anything. We're gonna unload, let's say, cattle, doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is our journey that we're gonna take here. I won't address many of the issues of the Republic. We will have to resolve a couple of them. I still didn't address the issue with electricity problem, so that's one of the big ones. We're gonna have to connect additional cables to the new areas here. Of course, resolution to the problem is not only that, the resolution to the problem is also building a power plant, which is not far off, only 5,000 work days to be finished. We do require some materials, most of them are already delivered. This is the last stage of construction. I think we can involve a bus station here, bus construction office, to deliver all the workers that we're gonna need. So this is one of the ways of resolving the power issue or power situation in our country. You can see that these power cables here are already done, so this is the bypass that we were all waiting for. Unfortunately, this bypass is not really connected to anywhere except the power station. What the solution to the problem will be to have a proper bypass. We have multiple connections, and I already checked this. We have multiple connections. Where is you? I'm lost already. I'm totally lost here. Here we go. Power related. I think GUI is too small now. Yeah, it's too small. Right, so let's go for high voltage power cables. Those are these ones here. Let's see what our power consumption here would be. We have, this is not the maximum, 6 times 1 point, it's 10 megawatts. 10 megawatt cable will be more than enough to supply Nisesburg with electricity, plus excess electricity could and should be transported elsewhere through this cable over here, underground cable. So this is going to create additional connection to the rest of the system, plus we need another one. So what I'm going to do now is connect. We're going to need multiple ones, but we're going to start with this. We're going to have 18 megawatt cable connecting it elsewhere to the country there, where actually we don't require much electricity, but this is going to be redundancy. And then we're going to have a 10 megawatt cable. This is going to look ugly, I have to say. This is 10 megawatt one, because let's see if we can make it look nice at least. Something like this and this. And what is happening over here? Ah, right. We decided to have only one connector here to this power transformer, so obviously we're not gonna be able to connect it over here. We're gonna have to go for this one. Okay, so that means no power connection, high voltage power connections to this one. Now how do we really, how do we, okay, and here we go. Cancel this one. I will avoid creating any problems with this, so I'm gonna go straight away and create this big power cable. Let's connect it like this. I think this is gonna be decent thing to do. So parallel to the existing network, and just connect it like this. And like this. This is going to be a bypass of our power grid from the power plant to the existing system. I think we should build another one, so we're gonna have 18 megawatts going here, 18 megawatts going to this part of the network. We said that we already have around 50 megawatt capacity, so we're gonna need additional power consumption requirements. I'm thinking about creating parallel cable somewhere to the rest of the network, potentially over here, because through here we can feed part of the Babushkino with electricity. So, you know what? I think I'm sold on this. I'm not sure if this is the best thing to do, but I will go for the second largest because of the diversifying our power. I will go for the second largest, parallel to this, and all the way. It should be all the way here, but you can see that we have a little bit of an issue with power connections. I will be smart about, try to be smart about this. So I will put a lot of pillars just to have a little bit more realistic, you know, passage through the area here. 15 megawatts over here, and of course it's gonna be two pillars over there. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to do. Construct this. Both of those don't require groundwork. Haha, Mr. Stats, you think I'm gonna make the same mistake again? Wouldn't be the first time, but nevertheless, we're gonna go, in this case, we're gonna go and assign this construction office to 1 and 2. So we're gonna have these two power cables connected all the way to the power station, and I can see that Capital 2 is working on this one. Perfect. This should be finished, so we're gonna go for Capital Bus. Yeah, I can go with Capital Bus. This shouldn't take too long to build. We're gonna go for Capital Bus here as well, and we're gonna go here for Capital. Let's go for Capital Footpath. So these are little issues that I consider to be at the utmost importance. It would be to deliver fuel to the fuel station over here. Unfortunately, because of the trickle-down effect of our fuel, well, not being delivered, I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit, hold this system. Our problem here is the fuel being delivered here. I will set up, I will do this. Let me just see if we have this truck. We don't have this truck. I need a truck. So we need a volunteer. This is the situation that we are experiencing at our neighborhood in Great Britain. We need a truck. You truck are gonna go, you know what, we can get a new truck. We can get a new truck. It's gonna require fuel. We should have fuel. Yeah, really. So we're gonna go for oil tanker, and one big oil tanker KMZ here is gonna go and load up on fuel over here. fuel, and you're gonna be delivering fuel over here at this gas station. This is gonna fuel up the rest of the system, and off you go. You're just gonna go and deliver this fuel. I'm just gonna double check because I'm 100% sure about this. Yeah, at least we have fuel here. No, it wasn't 100%, but I wanted to do this. Okay, rest of the problems in this country will be resolved some other day. It's fun time. Well, we'll see how much fun we're gonna have at this. So we're gonna go and unpause this. We're gonna get our little guy here on the road. We will go and check out our country and discuss the issues that we see and what can be changed here. So, first person view, Old Galask town. We're gonna go at next to the Old Galask. Oh, Control G. Oh, okay, we have a free passage, that's fine. We have first construction office that we made. It's probably not the first one, it's the big one. But let me just move the mouse so it doesn't blink everywhere. Old cement storage. Okay, this looks like a tricky way to go, you know, for our Slivovica production. The thing about this is that it needs to discourage people to go there and check out those things. Actually, these kind of paths made me question more, you know, what is there? What is there? I discovered a little bit, like quite few nice areas in the forest near my hometown when I went and explored these abandoned bridges from 100 years ago. Nice fishing spots as well. So a lot of interesting stuff. First thing, stop and fuel here. Okay. Is it done already? Really? Sure. And now the off-road. Let's talk about the infrastructure. In the during the communist times in the Balkans, I think, as far as I talked to my missus, Poland, for example, didn't have any highways. We started building a big one. We started building a big highway between Zagreb and Belgrade. It was never finished. It was finished later. The side on the today's Serbian side of the border was finished first. It was shorter, to be honest, from the Belgrade to the border crossing. And then on the other side, it was built, of course, from the capital city of then Croatia. Well, capital city of today's Croatia. Then the second biggest city. It was built all the way to, all the way, only 30 kilometers to the border, maybe 50. Or was it 100? I don't know. It was few kilometers from the border. It was finished later on after the war in the Balkans, and it was the first piece of the infrastructure that was finished then. These kind of roads, I don't really remember them. I hear the stories from my grandparents that these kind of roads were, after the Second World War, still present in much of the villages around. Now, since I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, we didn't see that much of crumbling infrastructure. Slivovica was present everywhere, though. And, of course, always... This is a psychological issue I read recently about people missing the old times. I'm not sure if people really I'm really not sure. This is not me trying to swing in one way or the other, but just trying to think about the situations back in the days, just looking at our Slivovica production here. Do people really miss their young age, or do they miss the things that happened in the good old days because we had more energy, because we had more fun, you know, careless child growing up and, you know, not a system, not a single issue on your mind, just, you know, football and playing and learning and, you know, not even caring of becoming an adult? Or do we really miss the simplicity of the old times in the systems, even, you know, political, economical? So most of the people will say that they miss the good old times without realizing what they miss. I think it can be attributed as well to the good old days of the young age. Right, so we are back from picking up our Slivovica production. I didn't even check if they loaded properly, but we need to get our old pal Michail. Let's go with Michail. Michał, like they would say in Poland. So we're gonna get our friend, and he's gonna join us on this tricky gift-bearing trip to NATO border. We can always say bribe people there, but actually what we want to do is develop a nice relationship. I'm always looking in a positive light through through every sphere. These roads definitely need an upgrade. They're not being used a lot, but still I think upgrading these roads would be a sensible thing to do. Especially these access to these conveyor belts that, as far as I understand it, they still don't catch fire. So I don't know why we should upgrade it, but that's fine. Probably it would be nice to see. Some of the infrastructure in Galask as well, it is nice. You can see that these guys are taking these asphalt roads rather than going to the main gravel road. But we should have... I never did this. I don't know how our country looks like from here. It is a little bit... It's not glitchy, but I think it's not smooth as I would like it to be. So let's see when we go on the asphalt roads. It looks like it's going to be a little bit better. But these bends are kind of sudden and iffy, if I can say so. Probably making a time lapse out of this would be, well, I don't know, potentially a better thing to do. Our first fuel loading station here in Galask. Okay, how does this look like? I don't like how this looks like. It looks like it should be a little bit greener. Oh, we're going through the Galask. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. I really wanted to see how it looks like downtown. I have to say that this is a little bit on the fast side. I didn't expect trucks to go so fast. I'm just gonna go and confirm that we are going at the normal speed. Indeed we are. Okay, so this is Galask and the first streets of Galask that will lit with the street lights. And of course the heating plant. I don't think we're using this heating plant anymore, but I know that old Gala is really a fan of old infrastructure, so we're definitely gonna leave it here. Also, some of you guys, not stats, some of you guys mentioned that it's always good to leave these old projects, you know, to remind you of the bad things, or as a reminder of a bad things, how you did things, you know, not as good as as it could be. So yeah, that's also an interesting way of thinking about this. This is our food supply train that just passed through here. Luckily it doesn't seem like he's gonna bother us while we pass this railroad crossing. Now we're not going to be using new tunnel, but actually other than checking out the view from the potentially future tourist location in between the tunnels, there's not much to enjoy there. You're just going through a hole in the ground and that's it. I think this is more scenic route that we can take. Right, so the first stop here, we're gonna pass next to Statsovo. It's a really narrow city that was really important in our future development, and I was reluctant to even build it. I was looking for ways to build directly whale tier, but I think that would be quite a more bigger challenge, and I definitely don't regret listening to you guys. In this case, I believe it was Stats who said that we should build Statsovo there and practically force my hand, which was really good decision, because we could expand in two directions then, to Markusovo and to get our first iron supplies, where we made our first steel back in Galask. And then the second one would be Statsovo, that was a base for developing whale tier and Markusovo. Now it's our electrical components production town. Where combined with Markusovo we have both. Wow, these roads are quite bumpy. I'm not really sure if this is enjoyable for you guys or not, but the roads, I'm definitely gonna try to smooth this out in the future. The roads, I know that these roads were made by Mapmaker and not ourselves. They were made by Mapmaker, not ourselves, and what I did is only upgrade them to gravel after they were made from like mud. I'm gonna try to smooth them out in the future a bit, but I'm still questioning how effective that will be, because I think some of the roads we passed through I did level as much as we could, and they're still quite bumpy. So it's gonna be tricky. I love this railroad crossing. This is my favorite. That's something that we probably should need to get rid of. And finally we have the Engels. I believe this is Engels Factory of Electronics, as a request of Mayor of Statsovo. Wow, this is one of those roads. Okay, we're gonna take a detour and pick up our friend in Markusovo. Now we get off-road of the asphalt roads back to the gravel one. Actually, we probably had a few meters of asphalt roads. Yeah, this is one of the things I'm not the biggest fan of. I think this is so imposing, these buildings so close to the edge of the city, these tall buildings. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of that. Oh, diesel fumes. I love those. There we go. Okay, we can continue on now. Right. I love these Panelaki buildings. They have a small footprint. They're simple to make. I believe this is in real life and in the gameplay one of the best buildings to place at the front of your development, because they are quite simple to make. They are expensive, but they're quite simple and fast to make. This is our second heating plant that was serving the valley. Oh, just hit him. Doesn't matter. Oh, here we go. We have some water on the ground. Wow, this water looks quite cool. I like it. We have a little bit of a glitch here. That's, well, that wasn't my fault. I would assume that this is the game's fault. What is this? I totally forgot. Ah, this is a distribution office, I believe. Yeah, probably. What do we have here? Power bypass. No, this is a power lines that were powering Markusovo, the whole city. Transformer station here. Ooh, this could be a little bit of a problem. There are 10 megawatt cables there, and there are 18 megawatt cables going from here. It's not a big problem, but it should be considered. We should consider upgrading those cables to 18 megawatts because I'm not sure if they're being supplied. If those 10 megawatt cables are ending in Markusovo, or they're actually transferring the power as a bypass through these new power cables that we have here. Okay, we're approaching Markusovo. We're gonna need to put in a lower gear and put a little bit more oomph, a little bit more gas pedal to the metal to get up the hill here. And these are our first iron mines. Look at those people in the suits. I don't think they look realistic. And the shop. Here we go. We picked up our friend from here. Let's move on. There we go. Michał. This is the name of our friend. That's Michał in Polish. He joined us on our trip through Alaskan Republic. He moved here with his wife and kids because electronics factory was requiring somebody with his expertise. We're going back to Statsovo. We're gonna bypass the whale tier and we're gonna go all the way to the other side of the country. Now, I will pause this. I will pause this game just because I don't want you to just look for an hour what's happening here. So it's not gonna be just watching from the first person view or our trip through the Alaska. We have a couple of issues that we wanted to resolve, and I would like to address them now or as soon as possible. And also this is gonna be a nice break, first break of our trip, which we only did like a small part of, so I'm not really sure how far we're gonna be able to get, but I will try to see if any issues have been resolved. We don't have any fuel. I don't see any fuel issues anymore. You can see that, well, per se, no fuel issues per se. So we need a couple of these guys. Did we finish on any of these buildings? Not really. There's a whole crap load of fuel trucks here, and you can see that we have a little bit of an issue. Okay, so we need to unblock this. As you can see that these vehicles here are stuck in a loop because all of them are entering through this side and exiting on this side, which is a problem. We can't really put these petrol stations with one ways are really a problem because they don't allow snow plows to go through them, so we have to leave it in dual direction because snow plows will never clean them, which might not be a problem itself, but actually, will this resolve our issue? This is interesting. Let's try if we put this one-way roads and put them here. I know that they are never going to be cleaned. Right, we can't really go all the way for some reason, and then we have to go from here over here. So let's see if this is gonna resolve anything. You can see that they're slowly moving. Hopefully they're gonna let these trucks, ambulance trucks first. Come on, really? You don't want to let ambulance pass first? They have more space now to set aside, but still the amount of fuel that they delivered obviously wasn't even close enough to what it was required here. Is this the fuel truck delivering? No, unfortunately, no, it's not. Are they having issue loading fuel? Yeah, it could be. It looks like it's an electricity issue. Why is it an electricity issue all the way here? Probably the same reason why we had electricity issue elsewhere. But things are slowly moving. I'm just hoping that they're gonna let these trucks pass so we can move ahead, move away. Unfortunately, this is moving ever so slowly. Looks like even this truck over here requires some... let me try this. If I go and... Can I set them back to the hospital so they can come later? Looks like not. I think I'm gonna have to put them in a storage facility. So let's see if we can resolve this fuel issue. So how can you resolve this issue? It's kind of really? Ah, right. It doesn't open separate windows. Ah, because they are pinned windows. Let's see if we have... Okay, where's the last one? Here we go. What I'm gonna do now is send them to storage facility. Storage facility for the ambulance, the closest one we have over here. Hopefully I will leave this one. Hopefully I will leave this one open here. The only reason why we're doing this is so we can clear the gas station of any vehicles that don't need to be there. Well, a lot of vehicles don't need to be there because I think we delivered only 12 or 16 tons of oil, of fuel, and you can see that they are clearing the path now. So most of these vehicles will be able to get out, and new vehicles will be able to get in, and hopefully that's going to be resolved. Luckily, these are not going for refueling, so things can get back to normal. You're going to see that this fuel station is not going to be fully... It's not going to be enough to fuel all the vehicles that we have over here. And are we losing some crops from the fields? Because if we are, there's going to be hell to pay. October. Looks like not. Looks like they did a good harvest early on. Okay, so this should be resolved. We're going to find our buddy there soon. I'm going to go and... I was hoping that I'm not going to have to do this, but hopefully I'm going to remember to put these guys back. We need to go back to... our buddy over here, wherever he is, and can we find him, or it's gonna be a little bit trickier than this? Unfortunately, I have no idea where we lost him. Probably should have left the window there, but it's easy. We're gonna find it like this. So we have only a couple of vehicles servicing this Slivovica area here, and we have... That's probably the newest one with the multiple stops. That would be Baby Formula Supply. That's not the one. This one would be... No, unfortunately, I cannot see the vehicles that are assigned to here. We have a shop over here that we decided to visit as well. Will we be able to see who came to this shop or which vehicles have this shop on their line? This one seems to be it. Let's see where you are. There we go. Let's go and unpause this. And let's see where we are. We are in... Nope, stop. There's something wrong with this one. That's not the vehicle. Unfortunately, I made a mistake. So we're gonna go back and see again where we lost the vehicle. So we have these guys. Yes. Is this you? Okay, that's a little bit surprising that they took this way. Unfortunately, they're not gonna take the whale tier way. He decided not to go through whale tier. Well, we decided not to go through whale tier, but to go through Koptigrad. So this might change. We might change our ways. Why did you slow down there? Oh, buddy boy. Okay, let's go to first person view and continue talking. I know some of you love when I talk. That was sarcasm. I actually wanted to say the people who don't like us talking. Right, so continuing on, we have Koptigrad. Unfortunately, this is not chronologically how we developed this area, but conveyor belts, big industrial areas is something that is closer to my heart now. I was still baffling to build these big industrial areas, but the problem is, and probably I'm going to have still in the future, is people supply and people transports. I love trains, I really do. And I'm hoping to build a lot of future train lines everywhere. I think trains are one of the most reasonable transport in the world, and it should be used a little bit, much more, not a little bit more, much more. I just watched a documentary that Netherlands doesn't, it's a small country, it is, but it doesn't have any, but it's extremely, let's call it extremely rich compared to any standards. It's a country that is not based on any banking systems or anything like that. It's a perfectly normal country with a diverse, really. Where in the holy are we going? Wow, we're gonna be visiting new oil supplies. Oh, are we gonna bribe some people there? That's interesting. Let's see how it goes. So this is a geothermal plant that we have, and we had to deliver people here manually initially to supply more electricity to the railroad system. And this is our new fuel storage area that is being constructed. We don't really know when this is gonna be finished, but I'm quite proud of this. And I'm quite surprised about what just happened. What the hell was this? Okay, for some reason they decided to go in the opposite direction here to turn around. Why was this? Is there any road issues that I don't know about? We have a roundabout here. Is it going in the wrong directions? No, it looks like it's fine. Why did this one come here and just leave and just went back? That makes no sense. I was hoping that he's gonna take some kind of new road through the mountains, and actually there is a road through the mountains here. I probably should have set the path better. And they do have it. Ah, I know what the issue is. He went to refuel. Let me see if I can find this out. So we have Murmansk over here. He came to partially here, and then he's running low on fuel. That's gonna be fun. Actually, it's okay for him to refuel here because it's gonna be a while since we're gonna see a fuel petrol station. Maybe we're gonna make it, maybe we won't. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna try to see how all of our projects are going. And you can see here that our nuclear power plant is done. This is one of the projects that we're really looking forward to. What about these high voltage power cables? High voltage. Okay, this spinning thing is a little bit grinding my gears. Capital footpath, it can go and finish this one, that's fine. The other one, capital, and this can be also capital footpath. I think they should have enough trucks for this. These are the last segments that we need to do something about, but the big issue over here now is gonna be one of the biggest and the most important transports that we're not gonna participate in ourselves. We're gonna have to go and find a flatbed truck, potentially something that we already have. This one looks like it's ready for the job. So what you're gonna do now is go to a border crossing, Soviet border crossing. Looks like the Koptigrad has the best border crossing now, and potentially even the closest one here. We did asphalt most of the roads there, so this shouldn't be a problem. But the things that you're gonna be importing, can I find it here? No, I can't. How can you import? Can you even import nuclear fuel? I thought you can. I know that you can export it, but is it just me, or I totally forgot that we cannot import nuclear fuel? Looks like it's just me, because I remember that they're go and take import vehicles. I really wonder how that's gonna look like. And the second thing, you need to go to the can it be done with distribution office? Maybe. Let's try it. I would just like to try it because I don't think you can select nuclear fuel. At least I didn't see it, you know, to import nuclear fuel for your power plants. Now, did I jump the gun here, or something that I wasn't aware that we actually cannot import fuel, nuclear fuel? It could be the thing that I totally missed. We can import uranium. We can import the uranium hexafluoride, uranium ore, uranium hexafluoride. What else can we import here? Huh. No, looks like we're gonna have to enrich our own uranium, which is not a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. I expected this to work, but unfortunately, probably it was just me forgetting that we can't really do this. But I didn't hear anybody stopping me as well, so I have to point that out. unfortunately. Let's try if he can see this and wait until unloaded. Let's see what kind of vehicles he's gonna come back with, because I'm pretty sure that he's not gonna bring us nuclear fuel here. Okay, that's one of the things or issues that I wanted to resolve, which is obviously not resolved. Will it be resolved? Potentially yes, if we build these cables. What do these cables need? These cables need people to be finished. Let's go with nuclear bus and capital bus to finish this. Why is this one important? This one is important because this is actually a bypass as well. So these power cables going here is the same as these power cables coming all the way here. So if we finish this bypass around these farms, this should create some sort of redundancy. Bear in mind that this redundancy is no, you don't have to. Yeah, you actually have to bear in mind, because this redundancy comes from here and not all the way there. So we'll see how this is going to resolve the issue, or even if it will resolve the issue. Can we do some mega project here to resolve some of our issues? Well, I have an idea, and I know that these things exist in the real world. I don't know what their actual capacity is. I don't know what their capacity is, but real life projects which are actually in the place where I live in Ireland now is underground high voltage cables connected to both France, UK, well, in UK meaning also I think it's Scotland and Wales, and probably, I don't know, there's a lot of underground cables. So I wanted to try to build an underground cable connecting Babushkino with Whale Tier. Is this possibility? How realistic this is? Coming from all the way back there, I wouldn't label it as the most realistic thing in the world. F3, let's see how the underground is gonna look like. And the price is definitely gonna be quite expensive, but I don't think that this would be unrealistic. So building something like this could be quite wow, and this requires only 2000 workdays to finish. I have my doubts that this is realistic. Let's see if I can build this in any matter here. Will it be all the way underground? No, doesn't really matter. Oh, and this is the lowest one. Oh, how fun! How much fun! You see, this is what happens on this channel. Fun happens. This is what we have here. Okay, let's try another one from here. Unfortunately, this is going to be the same effect as the previous one. We can go. You can see that we have opportunity to build it from here, which is fine. Capital city area could have a little bit more capacity, but I don't really care. I think we're gonna be fine like this. So if we build it like this, and then can you construct it? There we go. It's gonna be two. Yeah, it's gonna be two different ones. So let's see. From this side, we can have general whale tier on this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna handle it easily. To just 2000 days, and they have everything that they need. And on this side, it's only short part. It's gonna be capital 1 plus a capital footpath to deliver electrical components. That's fine. That's fine. I'm quite happy to do so. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna try to resolve this issue through cheating. No, not really cheating. It's underground power cables, but it will create redundancy from this side. Okay, in the meantime, how is one supposed to import nuclear fuel? I have another option, another potential something. Is it possible to import with helicopters? Kopti is gonna be ecstatic about this if he finds out that we are gonna try to use helicopters to import nuclear fuel. Because this is just a test, I won't push it too much. I will relocate this helicopter here, and we don't have to wait for it to be done. We can go and tell them to go beyond borders. Okay, why are you delivering only people? Oh, because you're people only helicopter. Okay, sorry about that. Can you please go back? Thank you. I need this bad boy here. And can you go and relocate here? Just so we can have you in the air. And then we can set you to go beyond the Soviet borders. And it still doesn't give us an option if we can carry containers with this. But this would be quite reasonable for him to do so. But unfortunately, I don't have an option to, let's see, load. No. Only uranium oxide. We will address this issue in the next episode. I will not focus on this now. But if I'm missing something, guys, hit the comment section. Let me know what I'm missing here. Okay, Shlivovica delivery. Let's see, and hopefully don't forget to leave the truck pinned somewhere because we're gonna need it. So again, we had mixed deliveries over here. Mixed deliveries. That's the one. Where are you? Let's go and see you. Okay, so we are all refueled and ready to continue our trip. Right, so our trip continues. And I didn't pin this guy. Let's leave it like this. Can I... Oh, you cannot shrink the window anymore. Oh, that's strange. That's fine. But it looks like he took a different path forward. Looks... As far as I understand it, it looks like the trucks don't have preset path. That they decide on their paths as they go along. So if they have additional place that they would like to stop or that they are going usually, they, for example, if they have to go to a petrol station, they actually don't stick to the schedule that was there before the petrol station. So looks like he changed his ways, and we actually gonna visit some of the big cities now. Oh, diesel. Oh, yes. Can we bypass this bus? I don't know. It would be nicer if they didn't look so run down buses. I know that these are old buses, and I know that they have been here in our country for a while, but even when we bought them, they look the same. So I'm gonna have some coffee, and we're gonna continue the story. You can see how much smoother the roads are here when we approach Murmansk. I believe most of those roads were made by us initially, and they were quite smooth when they were constructed. So I'm quite happy with them. Okay, so we are approaching Murmansk. That would be our 5th city that we constructed here, and this is our stepping stone and one of the next to perfect cities, because it has a really nice public transport system with both trams and trucks. Can I pause this? Control G. Let me see if we can use this one. This is gonna be really nice. If I go, they're going now to this customs house, but before the customs house, can you actually go to right? I think I'm gonna have to build a sign here. I want them to have signs, so something like this. You cannot put a waypoint here. Can I put it in here then? Looks like these elevated bridges don't like to have waypoints on them, but I'm not giving up. We have waypoints here, so I'm gonna try to use that one. So add a stop after Markusovo, add a stop here, and then go here. And then let's see where we are at the moment. Go one more, Control G, and let's see if he's gonna listen. He should go left now to go on the highway, and we are going on the highway. Perfect. What do we have here? I'm gonna pause. Chetrmista. Promislova zona. I don't know what Promislova means. Chetrmista means 4 places, and the zone of something. Probably should understand this better, because my CV still says I speak Russian. I'm kidding, it doesn't. So anyway, this is our super highway, which I'm not really too happy about because it's too straight. I mean, it looks unrealistically straight, but it has a nice view of the industrial. Look at Babushkino there, look at the TV tower, look at the breakfast at Stephanie's. Can we zoom in? No, we can't. There's a big commercial and residential tower there, and then we have those 3 buildings that we built on the side of the mountain there. That they look awesome. Heating plants preparing for winter. We have the railroad construction yard not smoking up for some reason. And then we have electric arc steel mills with their own train infrastructure on the right hand side. Small power plant powering the steel mill. And heating plant for Nisesberg. Plus we have coal storage for the steel mill and the heating plant. A lot of traffic. We should have planned much better for the, road infrastructure and this kind of stuff. Probably I should have upgraded the existing roads because they seem to be the fastest one. You don't need fuel. That's fine. Continuing on. Well, here's gonna take a highway. I think the highway continuing on is wow. Okay, this looks cool. Nisesberg over here. We can't see the mountains. I cannot rotate all the way there. Weather monitoring station or pollution monitoring station. Some street lights not at all sticking through the bridges whatsoever. Not at all. And what do we have here? The new Oolykee monstrosity, because it's kind of unfinished. Actually, are those power lines finished? Oh, looks like they're finished, the power lines there. Oh, that's nice. You know what? Let's be surprised. Let's be surprised. I want to be surprised what kind of situation we're going to find with the fuel supplies in our new... the resolution that we created. Oh, we're faster than this bus. Oh, cool. I told you. Oh, come on. Seriously? Oh, he cut you off. Don't let him... Okay, no. That's a fellow Soviet, so... yeah, Stats, personally, these overhead cables are absolutely horrible. I hate them. Just to have a street lights on the bridges, I think... But also, I think these highways, they should be ground level and just use bridges, even though bridges should have... the street lights on them. Unfortunately, these look with cables, overhead cables. I don't think they look the nicest. Okay, highway going all the way here. Unupgraded streetlights, and look at this. Wow, streetlights on one side, streetlights on the other side. Fun. Newest farm we have. It's over there. And we are going to St. Thomasburg, because this is our newest addition to the family of the cities. In the Central Valley, end of the Central Valley, we'll be surrounded by farms, but it will be center of our nuclear research. No queues for fuel. You see, Britain? This is how you do it. This is how the cookie crumbles. Farm vehicles refueled, nobody waiting for fuel. Is it maybe because there's no fuel? Who knows? Who knows? But no queues. Everybody's moving, that's fine. What is this? This is a heat exchanger. New heat exchanger for winter firefighters. Firefighters covering the St. Thomasburg constructions in the winter. Oh, cables. I didn't see that. That's fine. Nobody saw that, right? We have gravel storage here, coal storage on the left. And here we go, University of St. Thomasburg, nuclear research. Ha! This is where the nuclear technologies are born. Okay, this is more or less it for the tour. Rest of it, from my personal opinion, is the best part. But since I don't know what you guys are gonna think about it, I will pause here and we will focus on some other issues around the country. No, seriously, this is, in my opinion, the best part of the trip. Not only because it's nature, because it's canyons and it's gonna be some roads, a little bit of railroads and construction. But we will end it here, and I will let him go and not end the episode, but let him finish this. I think this is gonna be beautiful. I think this trip here is absolutely gorgeous. But I won't be focusing on the road trips alone. So let's see how the issue is resolved here with the fuels. Is it really that we don't have fuels, or what's the story? Yeah, we don't have fuel. So we're waiting for the second fuel tanker to deliver more fuel. I believe the most important vehicles got the fuel and option to go to wherever they need to refuel. Haha, did you see how many times I used fuel? So yeah, rest of the infrastructure here is done. I have no idea how to import nuclear fuel. Am I missing something? Probably. It It would be cool if you can drive your own truck to the border. I know. This is something that it's childish to think about. Oh, look at these guys. Yeah, I totally forgot about you. What? Whoa. Oh, right, because I made a mistake. Let's go like this. I made a mistake. No, you didn't make a mistake. I just resettled them here. So I'm going to go one vehicle at a time and just return them back here. They're going to refuel where they are at the moment. So they're not going to be a burden to new fuel supplies. I need to check what the issue is with the fuel as well at the source. Because electricity is being resolved through several different ways. Resolved. Patched at best. Just patch. This is a patch on an open wound. These guys are delivering... Come on, what the hell? I hate this. First of all, why is there zero oil or fuel in there? Is this still not having electricity? How the sweet... Oh. Why? Why is this not done? They had like freaking 15 days to finish it. Come on. Darn it. Footpath office. Fine. Go. Just freaking finish this. We need people finishing this substation, because for some reason I have really no idea how this one doesn't have power, this fueling station. I don't know if I removed some substation or something. Doesn't matter if I did. We're not gonna look for somebody to blame. Right. So I have no idea why this wasn't finished. So let's see if we can find... Do we have any buses on the way? We have 2 people working on it. We need 17 days. You're freaking kidding me. This is a joke. This is a one big joke for them. It's like, yeah, let's make fun of Oolykee. This is what we do now. Forget. Okay, right. So we resolved, well, as soon as this is done, hopefully this is going to be resolved. We have fuel in Of course we do. We have fuel in Thomasburg. Why wouldn't we have fuel in Thomasburg? Do we have a fuel truck at least coming in here? Not really. Not really. Oh, they're racing. Haha, look at these speedy guys. Cool. Highway works perfectly fine. Fuel is gonna arrive in the seconds now. I don't know what's gonna happen with these guys, because they need to turn back, and by the time where they can turn back, where does this guy where can he turn back? Where he has he can turn back there, and then he can turn back. Do we even have the one over here? Probably not. Probably we removed it. Probably not. Yeah, so he's gonna go all the way to Nisisburg and then finish it. Let's see how this works. Nisisburg here, well, some of the vehicles are saying that they need fuel, and guess what? Look at this now. Plump, little by little. You see, when it has electricity, how fast it's being unloaded, and when it doesn't, it slows down. Funny. Disco ball. Right, one more time, let's try to repeat where this issue occurred and why this issue occurred. First of all, bad planning straight away. I'll take the bullet. I'll bite the bullet for the team. I have no problems in doing that. I have no problems taking criticism about planning, and a lot of it has to do with the bad planning. You can see that these cables are under a little bit of a strain, just a wincy little bit of strain. Actually, they don't even look like they're on the strain, but maybe we have some other supply issues. Just looking at the cables now, they're still blinking right like crazy, but these cables are not red. But at one point they should be red, because enough power is being supplied to the system through here for it to function. The problem is that we don't have power production elsewhere on that side. Wherever they need electricity, we don't have power production there. So potentially these power cables could be an issue. Most of the time they're not turning red, even though they kind of should. I have no idea exactly why they're not turning red all the time. There's a lot of power drain here towards the steel mill, and probably I should address this at one point, but They should have their own power production here, and this power shouldn't be used anywhere else but in the steel mill. I think I still connected this to the rest of the grid through this connection. We have two of them directly going to the steel mill. I don't think these power cables are being used because steel mill is taking electricity directly without any cables, so there's that. What else do we have around here? St. Thomasburg. Well, let's see how far are we from building the underground cables here. So. Almost all the gravel is delivered, almost. Work days. Huge amount of work days needs to be done straight away. General Whale Tier should finish this. I will assign a footpath to this one, just because we're gonna need more people working on this, because this is the only way we're gonna speed the power cable connection up. And finally, this is done. You can see that trucks are being filled with fuel. Do we have any other issues? Looks like bitumen is a little bit on a high side, and this means only one thing. Choo-choo! We need to export bitumen. Why is bitumen not being filled here? Did we stop this? We probably did. And now I'm stealing fuel from both of them? Really? Why is electricity blinking here now? Where is this electricity coming from? From here. Is it power plant issue? Yeah, it's definitely power plant issue. Only 2 people working here. Are we stealing people from the power plant and putting them in the shipyard now because we have direct line? I don't think we should do, because yeah, our refinery is low as well. We definitely shouldn't be stealing fuel. So let's see this one. This is bitumen and this is fuel. So if we stop fuel, that would be the left-hand side one, right? No, like this. There we go. So you can export only bitumen. So let them pump a bitumen into this storage, and then what's with the electric? Okay, I have no idea. Okay, I'm not saying that. Of course, I can find this out and see why is this power, you know, swinging left and right, but I'm pretty sure that that's the power production here, that we need more people in Whale Tier. How are we doing with Whale Tier? 9,000 people. We have 1,500 unemployed people. So what's the problem with unemployed people? Are you missing something? Just jobs. And we have so many buses going there, and so many workers waiting for jobs, and so many people being transported to go and do work, but for some reason none of them are on the buses. Why is it so? Is it that bus station doesn't accept workers? Because it should. Do you have where you're supposed to go for a work? I don't think so, because these guys should be delivering workers. You can see workers are coming here. So why are these workers not coming from? Did we prevent workers from getting in here? Potentially. Doesn't seem so. Maybe unloading workers. No. Which one is this? Well, maybe Nizhny Whale Tier workers doesn't allow workers to be loaded there, but I have no idea why is it so. Well, we can change that. That's easy. That's easy to change. Okay, introduction to the lines, right? Mr. Stats said how we introduced the episode, how we're gonna show you the new GUI and disappointment. You should be prepared for this on this channel. I never disappoint from this. I never shy away from disappointment. So let's go and put it this way. Nizhny Whale Tier workers, but that would be just a small amount. What is this? This is Icarus Road. This one is loading everybody under the sun. Is it? Yeah. He's pumping it full of workers. This is a shipyard line. And then we have Nizhny Whale Tier Fire Service. Do we have what? Where is this truck? We have some trucks waiting. All right. Wow. Whoa. One more time. Wow, we have 2 buses blocking the bus station. Oh, how fun! How much fun! And the second one, let's place the second one in the storage as well. We have a lot of fun, and this is one of the things that, you know, I learned how to, hopefully I learned how to set up better. The problem is cleaning everything in the background, so this is sometimes more problematic than anything else. For example, let's see here, this is Nizhny Weltyr Public, that is again not transferring workers. I have no idea why this is so. Did they have this set up from previously? What was this? Nizhny Weltyr Public, right? No, that was public. This is workers. So we already addressed the workers. So Nizhny Weltyr workers and here Nisisburg Public, Nizhny Weltyr Public, Nisisburg again. Is it Weltyr or Nizhny Weltyr? I think it's let's see. Nizhny Weltyr Public. Nizhny Weltyr heating. Here we go. Public. It's hidden in here. And for some reason, looks like this station was never allowed to pick up workers. Sorry, this stop on the bus line. So this should change fast. Well, fast in the next couple of minutes. But it's surprising. It's surprising. I don't remember how this. Probably I should have double checked all of this. What about electricity here? Power. Seems to be semi-stable. You see this gauge here, how it's going up and down? That means it's barely stable. We do have a couple of workers working here, but look at this. Look at the army of people going to work once you provide them with, you know, means to work. And I wouldn't be surprised that this could be one of the issues of power supply over here. So let's see some of the big buildings here. No, it's still swinging around. It's still doing what the clock in the set got my George Harrison. I know, probably I'm right. I got my mind set on you. I remember those swinging clocks and stuff like that as a kid when the first time I saw the video. Anyway, I will end it here. We did have a little bit of an adventure. It wasn't as ecstatic as I expected it to be, but hey ho, beggars can be choosers. So we're gonna roll with the punches. We're gonna take what we can. So we have bypass created, which is not gonna be too much of a help because we still have this power cable here that needs redundancy. That redundancy will come in a form of this cable that is supposed to go around these farms all the way to Koptigrad. Plus we are building underwater cable, constructing underwater cable, which is on the way. Let's say halfway done. All the materials are delivered. We have enormous amounts of people also being delivered. On the bright side, we have refinery and this working. I had no idea why this wasn't working. I thought every time that I resolved it, but looks like public transport system wasn't working properly. Well, we got that resolved. Anyway, what I'm gonna say now, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and if you want to support the channel, description of the video, guys. Have a nice Wednesday, and I want to see you in the next one. Bye bye.